Archangel Michael says, something sacred is trembling beneath the surface of your love story. This isn't just another day of silence between you and them, it's the calm before the revelation. The soul you've connected to is standing on the edge of a truth they buried long ago, and now it's clawing its way back. They never meant for this to touch you. But fate doesn't always ask permission when old shadows rise. And this truth from your soulmate's past, is now staring directly into your shared tomorrow. You might have felt it already, something has shifted. A silence that's heavier than usual, a glance that lasts a bit too long, a hesitation in their voice. These are not random, they are the signs of a heart at war with its history. Archangel Michael says, they are torn between what they've always wanted and what they never told you. This truth isn't small, it's been shaping them in silence. Now that you're getting closer, the truth is demanding its moment. Blessing 333. May your heart receive divine strength to stand through revelations that were never meant to hurt you, only free you. They've carried this weight with a mix of guilt and hope. Hoping that maybe, just maybe, you'd never need to know. But now, their soul knows they cannot step into your future without unraveling their past. It started with a message. Not one they received, but one they never sent. Words they should have spoken to someone long before they ever met you. Back then, love came with conditions, pain, and secrets. Someone from their past made them promise silence. A silence that followed them right into your story. They had dreams before you, ones that shattered cruelly. What they never told you is that someone once stole their voice, took it, locked it, and buried it. And because of that, they made a vow, to never let love in fully again. But you arrived like a miracle. You made them laugh again, dream again, breathe without fear. And now that same past they escaped is clawing at your shared door. Blessing 747. May your union be protected under divine fire from every shadow that tries to disturb its peace. They are not pulling away because they love you less. They're pulling away because their heart is afraid that you will walk away too, if you ever find out. But the truth doesn't just sit quietly when love is true. This truth involves a person they once trusted who betrayed them in the most twisted way. Not just betrayal, but manipulation, blackmail, and abandonment. Your soulmate never fully healed, just learned how to mask the wounds. Now the person from their past has reappeared. Not to reconcile, but to threaten. They want to ruin what your soulmate has finally built with you. This isn't just emotional. They have evidence, photos, words twisted into traps. And they're using them as leverage to pull your soulmate back into darkness. Your soulmate is terrified. Not of facing the past, but of you seeing them differently. Of you walking away because of what they never shared. Archangel Michael says, the moment is near when everything will come to light. And you will need to decide not based on what happened before you, but what's possible after. Because healing doesn't mean hiding, it means choosing love in spite of the past. Blessing 1222, may your eyes see through fear, and your soul rise above all manipulation that aims to disturb your peace. There's a letter your soulmate has written and rewritten 10 times. Each time they want to tell you everything, they shake. But now, the shaking has turned into resolve, they are preparing to tell you. You might receive it in person. You might feel it in a long silence, followed by trembling words. But no matter how it arrives, it will feel like a storm at first. Do not panic. The truth might be tangled, but your connection was written in higher realms. And no amount of twisted shadows can erase a bond that destiny approves. They once belonged to someone who used love as a weapon. They were gaslighted, emotionally destroyed, and left with pieces that barely resembled their original self. They survived, but never told anyone the full story. You are the only one they've wanted to tell. Because you make them believe they're still worthy of a love that doesn't hurt. And now, they must confront the pain to protect what you two have built. There's a meeting happening soon. Not one you're invited to, but one they must attend alone. A final confrontation, where the past will either collapse or try to bite again. They have been preparing spiritually. They're even carrying something you gave them, a bracelet, a note, a memory, something to remind them of your love. They need it more than ever right now. Archangel Michael says, they've cried in silence for nights, whispering your name like a prayer. Their heart is fighting for your shared future, even if they haven't told you the details yet. But their silence is not indifference, it's battle. Blessing 808, may no lie or manipulation separate what the heavens have divinely joined in truth and strength. This hidden truth involves more than just pain. It involves a child. A child that could have been theirs, or was falsely claimed to be. The twist? The person from their past is now threatening to expose the story to you in the worst way. They're trying to sabotage your soulmate's happiness because they couldn't break them any other way. Your soulmate was trapped in this web before you came. And now they're cutting their way out, not just for themselves, but for you. Because they believe a future with you is still worth fighting for. They want to stand beside you in truth, even if it risks everything. They would rather lose you to honesty than keep you through deception. That's how much they respect the love you give. The day is near when you'll see the vulnerability in their eyes. You'll notice they're holding something back. But also begging you silently not to hate them. Their soul is preparing for this release. You don't need to decide everything in one moment. The universe is guiding you both slowly, layer by layer. But when the truth comes, your response will unlock what happens next. There is a chance for total healing. For a future even more beautiful than the one you imagined. But it will require trust, compassion, and spiritual strength from both sides. Blessing 999, may your relationship be reborn under divine alignment, breaking every chain of the past that no longer serves your destiny. Archangel Michael says, stay present. Don't run from this energy, it is not here to break you. It is here to reveal the deeper reason why you were chosen for each other. The past is not a curse, it's a mirror. And when two souls are meant, even a storm becomes a doorway to deeper love. You were sent into their life not just to love them, but to help heal what no one else could. Soon, the shadows will fade. And clarity will come like a sunrise over a battlefield. What you choose to do with the truth will either bury or resurrect everything you've dreamed of together. You are not alone in this revelation. The angels are already clearing paths, softening hearts, neutralizing the attacks. Because heaven knows this bond matters. You might feel heaviness tonight. You might have vivid dreams, strange emotions, or a spiritual nudge that something deep is shifting. That's because the soul of your relationship is evolving. Let your heart stay soft. Let your spirit stay brave. The moment of truth is not the end, it is the beginning of something real, raw, and unforgettable. And when they finally speak, when the words finally fall from their trembling lips, know this, your response will become a portal to healing generations of silence. They chose you, despite everything. And now, they're praying you choose them too, not just for who they are now, but for who they survived to become. If you wish to express your support further, you have the option to give super thanks, with contributions of up to $20. They've carried this secret like a scar that never closed. Each time they smiled with you, they were silently apologizing to the version of you that didn't yet know. But deep down, they always knew love couldn't survive under layers of silence forever. You may think you already know everything about them. But this piece, this buried part, is the reason they sometimes distance themselves when things get too beautiful. They fear if you saw the whole truth, you would see them as broken instead of brave. They are brave. Not because they're perfect, but because they're willing to risk losing everything just to be honest. They are gathering the courage to give you their full story, no edits, no excuses. Archangel Michael says, divine timing is now cracking open the moment. There's no running left, no avoidance, no hiding. The universe is circling this love story with flames of truth. Blessing 144, may your soul hear truth not as destruction, but as the key that unlocks deeper divine understanding. Behind their hidden truth lies an old message, a voicemail, a journal entry, a final goodbye that never got sent. It was meant for someone else once, but it now lives in their memory like a ghost. And soon, it will be shared with you, so you can finally know what lives behind their quiet moments. They once stood at a train station, clutching a letter they never delivered. That letter held words like "I forgive you" and "I never wanted to hurt again." But the train took the person away, and your soulmate walked away with sealed pain. That person, the one who left, is back. They have shown up not to love again, but to demand. To make your soulmate choose between peace or secrecy. This demand is what's causing the hesitation in your soulmate now. Not because they're confused, but because they don't want to drag you through it. But you deserve to know. You were chosen for this truth. They've whispered your name during sleep. They've clutched your photo during silent nights, saying, "Please don't let them walk away." Because losing you would feel like being trapped in that past all over again. Their truth includes sacrifice. A time they gave up their own dreams for someone else. And now they've found in you the dream they thought they'd never deserve. You may feel the air around you is thicker lately. Your dreams might be filled with strange signs, flashes of their face, pieces of memories not your own. This is because your soul is already connecting with theirs on a higher level, preparing for the reveal. Blessing 3333, may your ears hear what's said between the words, and your heart understand what silence has tried to hide. A key moment is coming. You might think it will happen in a conversation. But it could happen in a moment of touch, eye contact, a trembling breath. When it happens, don't interrupt. Let the energy unfold. Your soulmate is not asking for your forgiveness, they're asking for your faith. That even in the most difficult chapters, you will believe in the person they are now, not the person they were then. And if you hold space for them, they will give you everything they've ever held back. This is the turning point in your connection. Not a punishment, but a divine test of love's endurance. Only love that's real can face the past and still keep walking forward. Archangel Michael says, what is revealed in honesty can never be used as a weapon by darkness. Light floods every truth that is shared in sacred intention. And this one is coming straight from their soul. You were sent into their life as a healing answer to a question they never had the courage to ask. They thought they were done with love. But you showed them that endings can be rewritten. Now, they are trusting you to help write this new chapter. Not by fixing them, but by walking beside them. Because the pain they carry is no longer theirs alone, it's yours to help release together. In this moment, trust will be everything. It may shake the foundation. But what remains after will be unshakable. Blessing 1717, may your hearts beat in rhythm with truth, never fearing the past, but transforming it into the root of deeper love. There will be people who try to use this truth against your relationship. Old voices, jealous souls, bitter ghosts. But they are not part of your sacred path. You are. You will soon be asked to choose. React from fear, or respond from wisdom. And the choice you make will either anchor your future or delay it. This hidden truth may involve money. A financial tie they tried to sever but couldn't completely. They feared it would make you think they were hiding things from you. But they were only trying to protect your peace. Because they didn't want the storms from their yesterday to flood your tomorrow. Still, they now understand love can't grow in soil that's kept dry by fear. Expect a moment when they look you in the eyes and ask if you're ready. This will be the moment. Hold their hands, let your spirit speak, even if your mind is unsure. You are both about to be reborn through truth. Not the kind that destroys, but the kind that redeems. Because every soulmate union must survive its moment of awakening. The letter is nearly written. The moment is near. And everything you've been sensing is real, it's not your imagination. This is the part where fate asks you to stay grounded. Breathe through it. What seems like the end is often the divine beginning. Your soulmate is choosing you, not as a perfect being, but as their safe place. And if you choose them in return, you'll walk into a future built on truth, loyalty, and healing. One where the past has no more power, and love leads everything. Blessing 444. May every word exchanged under this truth unlock blessings, protection, and eternal unity beyond this lifetime. Let what comes, come. Let what must be said, be said. You were not sent to break, you were sent to complete. You've loved their smile, their strength, their kindness. Now you'll be invited to love their vulnerability, their regret, their realness. And in doing so, you'll discover the kind of bond that is truly eternal. Archangel Michael says, love is not about perfection. It's about presence. And your presence in this moment will make all the difference. Watch the signs. When they reach for you, don't pull away. Let the truth melt every fear that ever tried to separate what destiny brought together. Because when two souls stand in truth and choose each other again, the heavens rejoice. And every shadow bows to the light you now carry together. Your love story is not broken. It's being rewritten with sacred ink. And this chapter, though heavy, will become your most beautiful testimony. Their truth is not the enemy. Their silence is not betrayal. It was all survival, until you. And now, your love will become their freedom. Not just from the past, but into a future they once thought they didn't deserve. You are the miracle they never expected. Now, be the grace they never thought they'd receive. This is the power of divine timing, this is the unfolding of something holy. They've already decided, if telling you the truth means risking the peace, they'll do it anyway. Because lying by omission is no longer something they can carry. Their soul wants to come clean, not just to protect you, but to set themselves free. The spiritual weight has become unbearable. They've felt it in their chest, their sleep, their thoughts, it's constant. And lately, it's been affecting the way they hold your hand, the way they kiss you, even the way they breathe beside you. Archangel Michael says, this kind of love must be tested before it is elevated. And this is your elevation moment. Heaven is watching, not in judgment, but in admiration for the bravery it takes to expose a wound for healing. They have seen signs too. Birds showing up at unusual times. Numbers repeating every time they think of you. It's not coincidence, it's confirmation. They know the universe is aligning this moment. And they are surrendering, finally, to the truth. Blessing 1010, may truth arrive not as fire to burn you, but as wind to carry you both into a new dimension of love, trust, and transformation. Your soulmate is not who they were when the pain first touched them. They've grown since then. But this one truth has followed them like a shadow that refuses to fade. This truth might even involve something more sacred, a spiritual promise they made when they thought love would never visit again. A vow to never open their heart too wide. Until you came along and shattered the walls without even trying. Now, their heart has rewritten every vow. But one still remains undone, the vow of silence they made to protect their past. That's the one being broken now, and it's for you. The place where this truth will be revealed may surprise you. It could happen in a car ride, during a long walk, or in a letter you'll find tucked into a jacket. However it arrives, it will carry the weight of years. And as heavy as it may feel, it's the final test. Not of whether love exists, but whether love is deep enough to withstand history. Blessing 1919, may your soul know the difference between a red flag and a redemptive truth. May you hold on to what is real, not what is distorted by fear. Your soulmate is not asking for a clean slate. They're offering their whole story, scar and all. They know they can't change what happened, but they can give you the power of full understanding. This act alone is proof of their growth. Because only a healed heart has the courage to let someone see its cracks. And only real love accepts that wholeness can include brokenness that's been mended. They remember your first laugh. They remember your touch like medicine. And that's why they are ready now, to finally say, this is all of me. Please stay. In the coming days, synchronicities will increase. Your dreams may be more vivid. And your spirit will start preparing you emotionally, even before the words arrive. Archangel Michael says, this truth will open a doorway. Through it, you will either walk toward your future together, or walk away knowing you were shown the real soul behind the smile. Either way, it will be sacred. You were always meant to see them for who they truly are. Not just the version they wanted to show you, but the raw, unfiltered soul with bruises and brilliance. This is what love is in its highest form. The willingness to be seen. And the courage to stay. You might find tears flowing even before they speak. Your intuition already knows. You're not being blindsided, you're being entrusted. Entrusted with a story that shaped their fears, decisions, and silences. Entrusted with the final missing piece of the puzzle. And entrusted with the choice to either love them deeper, or let go in peace. Blessing 9999. May your decision be guided by spirit, not by pride. May your heart be strong enough to carry the love that was destined for you. They've prepared everything. If you choose to walk away, they will honor it. But if you choose to stay, they are ready to rebuild from truth, not illusion. They'll take it slow. There will be no pressure, no emotional begging, just full presence. Because real love never manipulates, it invites. And your soulmate will invite you, one honest word at a time, into their real world. Not the polished story, but the journey, the pain, the survival, and the sacred redemption. Because with you, they want real, even if it's messy. You were the answer to a prayer they never dared to speak. You arrived during a chapter when they were pretending to be fine. And you made them believe in miracles again. This truth is not a curse, it's a closing of an old cycle. It's a wound finally getting air. And it's your chance to build something that lasts beyond tests and storms. Hold space. Open your heart. And let your soul be the safe place they've never had before. Because once this truth is out, what follows will either be heartbreak or breakthrough. And from what heaven sees, it will be breakthrough. Their tears are real. Their fear is honest. And their love for you? It's the only thing that made them want to heal in the first place. So as the moment draws near, prepare not just to hear, but to feel. To hold them in your arms not as someone flawless, but someone finally free. And in that embrace, the past will dissolve. And the future you've both dreamed of will begin to write itself. With no more secrets. No more fear. Only the sacred truth and the unconditional love it unlocks. There is more unfolding behind the scenes than you can yet see. What your soulmate is experiencing internally is not just emotional, it's spiritual. Every breath they take right now is weighed down by the gravity of what's about to be shared. They've asked the universe for a sign, many signs, about when the right moment is. They've waited for the perfect peace, the clearest day, the gentlest space to open this door to you. But now they've realized, no moment will ever be completely perfect. It just has to be honest. Archangel Michael says, there is no love story destined for greatness that has not first survived fire. And this is your fire. Not to burn you, but to purify everything fake so only truth remains. They have a specific place in mind where they'll reveal it. Maybe it's where you first met. Maybe it's in your home, or at that one place where time always seems to stand still between you two. You'll notice them quieter than usual before it happens. Not because they're withdrawing, but because they're preparing. Preparing to stand naked before you in soul, with nothing to protect them except your love. Blessing 2020, may your heart not run from truth but rise into grace. May you feel the divine alignment in every word, even those that tremble with fear. The night before they tell you, they may not sleep at all. Their mind will replay every version of how you might react. From anger, to heartbreak, to maybe, understanding. They will likely stare at your photo, hold your name in their breath, and whisper silently, "Please still love me." Not out of weakness, but because they're finally strong enough to show you their brokenness. That is a strength few can ever find. If you've ever loved them truly, this is when they'll feel it the most. Not in laughter or dates or kisses, but in how you hold them when they're most afraid of losing you. They don't want pity. They don't want to be saved. They want to be seen, accepted, and loved, fully. You are part of a healing mission now. Not just for them, but for yourself, too. Because their truth might reflect something you once experienced, too. Pain echoes in people. But healing can echo too. Louder, brighter, holier. This is your echo moment. Archangel Michael says, "Love born in divine order cannot be uprooted by earthly chaos." And your love, though tested, is divinely anchored. The more you trust it, the stronger it becomes. There is a second truth behind the first. A layer even deeper than what they will first tell you. And if your response is one of compassion, that second layer will unfold gently in the days after. You will start to see parts of them they've never shown to anyone. Stories, memories, cries in the dark, laughter in pain. And in sharing those, they will become whole again. Blessing 8888, may your bond be blessed with the strength of 1,000 angels, guarding it against every lie, doubt, and fear that once dared to destroy it. They might show you an object from their past. An old letter, a gift they kept, a scar. It might make your chest tighten, your breath pause, but hold steady. It's not there to reopen wounds. It's there to show you how far they've come. And how far they'll go to walk beside you with integrity. Let your soul be louder than your reactions. If you stay, you are not just staying for love, you are choosing alignment. You are saying yes, not just to the person, but to the divine plan that brought you together. Because heaven does not make mistakes. And this story, as messy as it may appear, was always meant for healing, not breaking. You were the medicine they didn't know they needed. This love is entering its sacred chapter. One where nothing is hidden, and nothing is feared. Only honored. Only shared. Only held. There is freedom in truth. There is light in vulnerability. And there is power in forgiving what you didn't cause but are still willing to help heal. This is your power. Not just to love, but to anchor love through storms. To be the reason someone finally believes in goodness again. You are about to become their safe place. Not because you fix everything, but because you see everything, and still choose to stay. Blessing 711, may your eyes see their soul, not their shame. May your heart hear the cry beneath their silence and answer with love beyond logic. This moment won't be easy. But it will be real. And in this world of noise and false masks, real is the most sacred gift. If others knew the depth of this love, they'd envy the peace it's about to bring. Because peace doesn't come from perfection, it comes from truth. And your relationship is being crowned in truth. When you wake up the morning after their confession, you'll feel lighter. As if the air between you two has cleared and love is breathing deeper than ever before. There will be no more guessing. No more second-guessing their moods or silences. Only knowing. Only truth. Only mutual trust. And from that knowing will come miracles. Heaven will begin to open new paths for you, joint opportunities, deeper intimacy, and spiritual downloads. Because nothing activates divine favor more than truth met with unconditional love. This is your season. Not of breakage, but of breakthrough. Not of ending, but of evolution. Archangel Michael says, if you embrace this moment, everything in your life will align. From your purpose to your peace, from your clarity to your connection. Because you've proven to the universe that your love can hold weight.